All right, I'm here with Andrew McLaughlan out of Scotland. I said it
Not
right,
bad.
didn't I?
Yeah, not
Yeah.
bad.
Okay. Um, Tell me about your affiliate name, where you guys are located. Let's start there.
Yeah, so we are CrossFit Astraea. We're based in Glasgow, in Scotland, UK.
Astraea, like star?
Yeah, Astraea. So it's based upon the Greek mythology, Astraea, which is the deity of justice. So
Oh, okay.
uh, listening to a book, Stephen Fry's Mythos. So when we were
Yeah.
actually coming up with the affiliate name, it was one of the chapters about, so it's Eros's daughter. So to cut a long story short, I went, type it into the search engine, nothing came up. Perfect. So
And that was your first choice of name, and you guys got it right away.
yeah, it was actually. Yeah, it was quite hard at the start. I don't think East End Glasgow CrossFit would have slipped off the tongue quick enough. So we thought we'd go with that.
I see your beanie. Are you part of the Strength in Depth team or effort?
Yeah, so we've I know I just threw a beanie on because I've got really bad head hair like right today. But yes, Sid's a phenomenal competition which is ran out of the UK. Obviously they've done some of the regionals, and obviously they did the semis, and participated in the origins just 2 weekends ago. So
Okay.
great comp. It's like kind of like the big competition for all the UK affiliates to go head to head to crown who's the fittest affiliate in the UK. So great event.
Where was that one?
That was actually hosted in Birmingham. So originally it was in Bath, but they changed the venue to the NEC Arena.
Hold
So
on.
bigger
You,
venue.
you said it was at Birmingham. Isn't that the home of the Peaky Blinders show?
Oh, yeah, it is where they are based. At obviously, yeah, Birmingham. I'd say Brummie. Yeah, they're definitely from that neck of the woods.
Okay.
Well
The
done.
TV
Is that
show.
what you're watching right now?
I finished it about a month ago. I watched it with the family. We watched all 5 seasons in like a month and a half.
Oh, good binge watch. What do you
Oh,
think?
huge binge watch. I thought I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was fun. Cillian Murphy, such a great actor, and so
Yeah, he's great. He's really
yeah,
good.
he is really good. So you guys have been an affiliate for 5 years now?
Yeah, that's us hit off 5 years, so we'll be getting our bronze badge very soon. So that'll go straight on the weight vest when I've got the chance. We started off in lockdown, so when obviously all the places were closing down, we felt it was the right opportunity to rebel against the system and decided to start our own affiliate. So it all started off through Zoom because quite a lot of people were finding it quite tough during that period of time, and I was actually in the process to join the fire service, and a lot of folk were asking, "Hey, could you give us some sort of help with like running some Zoom classes? We don't know what to do," and it just kind of manifested out of that. I've had quite a lot of help from a lot of other affiliate owners in Scotland. Just asked them for ideas because I'm not gonna lie. See, when we started off, I winged it. Within the first 6 months, I really didn't know what to do. So lots of support from people to learn how to put wood studs on brick, like learning where to get OSB from, like how to like cut and grind stuff, and I learned quite a lot of good skills just from that whole process itself. But yeah, honest beginnings. Started on August the 31st, and every single year we host like an in-house competition to celebrate it. So yeah, it's quite tricky trying to start something when absolutely everything's closed. So when
Yeah.
we started the affiliate, I think we had 6 medicine balls and a set of kettlebells, and that was it. No
Dang.
rig, no barbells, no plates, no nothing. But stuck to the methodology of CrossFit, and we had to keep our 2 meters by 2 meters. Had to use the gun to check everyone's temperature, all that, and
How, how long were you doing CrossFit before you decided to start the affiliate? Prior
I
to this?
started off in 2017.
Okay.
I was started off at another affiliate in Glasgow. Learned a substantial amount there. Really built my repertoire. Got my level 2. Sat my level 3. Wanted to try and do my level 4, but obviously I think I'll need to come over to the US to do that. So I need to work on my vocabulary to make sure that you can understand me. So trying my best, but yeah, it's ideally the most knowledge that I've actually gained over those years is actually visiting other affiliates all over the world. So we've got like t-shirts all over the place from everywhere I've been. And personally, the ones that I've learned the most was going to countries where they couldn't speak any English. And I think that's kind of where I really started to tune in my own kind of coaching style, because I had the capacity to like start to work on triaging using more visual cues and more tactile cues rather than verbal. And we've got a couple of our members in here who are non-hearing deaf, hard deaf, so they physically cannot hear. So they utilize sign language as a method of communication. So that's where my coaching style really started to kind of like take a tangent off a little bit different from other coaches. To put another string to my bow, we decided to go and attain a BSL level 1. So obviously in America it's ASL.
Yep.
So we actually sign our cues to our members in the gym, as well as verbally communicate, so we can basically let them know sets, reps, let them know how much time they have available to them. We can break down simple deadlift movements. We can basically communicate and find that kind of middle ground. So it's phenomenal because that skill has actually transferred over to some of our members as well. So they've actually been learning some of the signs too. And it starts to build this honest relationship where everyone's willing to want to learn a new skill and not be afraid to make any messes. And that actually then started to grow arms and legs. And we now have 10 other affiliates in the country that have coaches that can actually do BSL. And that was just manifested in itself. And it was kind of the power of CrossFit that made it happen, because they were willing to want to kind of push into a bit of adversity and difficulty, but because of the skill sets they've gained just from like daily lifestyle of the just doing CrossFit, it made them feel like, yeah, this is good. It's like I'm gaining my reps, I'm gaining my sets, and we could kind of band together a little bit. And it's done well. We're now looking to try and get to the second level. So it goes 1, 2, 3, and then it jumps straight to 6. No idea. Don't know what happened to number 4 and 5, but that's kind of like my long-term goal I'd like to do.
So
Because
these individuals, do they just jump in regular classes, or do you have a specific class for those who have the
no,
hearing?
we don't like to segregate them. They can come into
Okay.
any class. The coaches
Yeah.
know how to coach. So that's it's a joy, because we feel like we didn't want to segregate them into a specific time slot, because then it means that they have to work their whole day around that schedule. So we
Yeah.
can say, hey, come diving in the morning class or come in the evening. All the coaches can handle it.
That's great. That's super cool.
Thanks, man.
Do you work with any like local organization besides for the instruction, but no, you just
Nah,
word of mouth? Yeah.
nope. Just quite frankly, we just thought no one's willing to come and help you, so just do it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that's
it's
great.
not a bragging right. We didn't really big it up too much. We just go off and do it yourself, and then the rewards will kind of speak for itself. We did have a great backing from I was an ambassador for a company called Lululemon, and we basically pitched it towards them to say
I
this
know
is
what
what we want to do
Lululemon
for the
is.
community. Yeah, so
Everybody knows what Lululemon is.
so they were great support. We had some of their team members actually were part of the gym as well, and they just seen what we did, so they wanted to really back it. So we had some of the gladiators from the TV show come
Yeah.
up, and they were there. One of the lovely ladies, she's got an Oculus installed, so she obviously is hard of hearing, but she also plays like rugby for Exeter Chiefs as well. So she's got like a sports background. Never did CrossFit before, came in, and now off she goes. She's now doing it because she just loved the kind of vibe that the whole kind of the gym created. Because you know yourself, every affiliate is different. So I
Yeah.
said our affiliate is not going to be the one where you're at your hometown, but just go out and reach them, check the map, see what's the closest one to you, and just go say hello. But you'll probably find out the vibe will be the same there.
Yeah. Very cool. What other projects do you have going on? Because you seem to have a lot going on at the gym that
Yeah.
not your typical gym does.
No, it's not. It's like, well, obviously we've got quite a lot of projects coming up with we have a couple of teams where we do shinty and camogie, so it's like more like a Gaelic kind of sport. So it's a kind of cross between rugby and lacrosse, if you kind of like phrase it to the Americans. It's a brutal sport. If you want to like YouTube it for a bit, but it's basically a hockey stick on a field and it just knock lumps out of one another. But the goals are so tiny.
What's it
But we've
called?
got shinty.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a very Scottish sport. So if you want to kind of see something that's a bit with a heritage, I'd just watch
Check it
it.
out.
It's hard. It's nearly tougher than trying to follow Aussie rules football. But so we've got projects where we're working quite a lot with the female demographic. We've since they've started doing CrossFit, they've actually reached the finals of a good couple of cups and went on national TV. So they've just used the methodology just for their regular training. Nothing too sexy. They just follow our regular programming. Other projects that we normally work with is we work alongside a charity called HMP 180, in which what they help convicts from prisons who just basically were like wrong place, wrong time, had a little bit of a hard upbringing, and they're looking to actually get out of that system instead of just being caught in that kind of web. And what we do is that we run like charity events, which we do with all the other affiliates in the area. It's called the Ergathon. And we basically do 30 minutes max distance on a rower, rest for 15 minutes, max distance on the bike, rest 15 minutes, max distance on ski erg, accumulate the meters, and then team wins. And then any fundraising that we do from that, we basically give it to the charity, and they'll put some people through their CrossFit level 1, get them into working in that kind of field. So it's just small little things. It's like give and forget and receive and remember. It's just things that you just do. It will manifest back in some form whatsoever. Like it's just a happy place to be in. So like you hear these stories all the time from about what other affiliates are doing. And this is why it's great you're doing it, because then other affiliate owners can have
Yeah.
an opportunity to then maybe think it's like, what's stopped me from having the ability to go off and do something like that? It's a bit of hard work, but like the rewards are worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Every one of you who opens up a CrossFit gym, everybody cares about people and everybody cares about giving back, almost more so than they care about their own accomplishments within CrossFit. People, gym owners specifically, affiliate owners and trainers, really care about the impact they have in their society. And through something like this and just the discussion, people hear other, like you're saying, people hear other ideas and other things, other ways of giving back that will resonate.
Yeah, and more so, I feel like what we've tried doing here, definitely within Glasgow, is we actually go and visit the other affiliate owners. We're
Yeah,
not competing against anyone. I don't
yeah,
see why. Like our biggest competition is Netflix, in my honest opinion. It's just get people off the couch,
yeah,
just get them away
yeah.
from the screens. So we go talk to them and say, like, well, what are you doing? What's the different things that you're getting involved in? Is there anything that we can give a hand? So, like I said, the Ergathon, we didn't realize it was going to be so big. So we ran out of ergs. So I just thought, hey, do you know what? Has anybody got enough? The guys were turning up in vans, like dropping the ergs off and helping setting up and everything. It's like you can't buy that. It's something that is just this mutual understanding of like, we know what it takes for you to do what you're doing. We know that this is going to be difficult, so let's pull up our sleeves and just do a little bit more.
Yeah, I love hearing that you get around and you visit the other gyms and you guys have a good community, because whenever I visit gyms and they ask, what could we do or how can we contribute? One of the things I like to say is work with each other, speak to each other, have a solid relationship, because CrossFit as a whole is stronger if our affiliates at the ground level are communicating, are working together. Whenever I see affiliates that like have the tension or there's the fighting that's going on, it's I understand it's society and it's human nature, that stuff happens, but we're in a better place when we're together and working together. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
absolutely, that's
think
super.
I think to be honest with you, not kind of like doubling back on the whole COVID scenario, but I mean, 4 years ago, I thought that kind of taught everybody going, look, we're actually better off working together than being completely isolated here. So I
Yeah.
don't forget that stuff. And I feel like it's nice because now working at different events, like either doing head judging or even just giving a hand, like with newcomers into the sport, I still make sure that everyone understands that even though that I'm doing these events, I'm still the person that's in scrubbing the toilet pan, I'm still making sure that all the toilet rolls are filled up. I'm in here till like 11 at night, getting in at 6 in the morning. We still do it. It's fine, but it's the love of the game. Like,
Yeah.
I haven't worked in 5 years. In my honest opinion, like, I
Yeah.
don't classify this as work. We love this.
Yeah. That's great. I've had a few interactions with you now over the past few months because of your involvement on the CrossFit Athlete Council,
Yeah.
specifically representing the affiliate group. First off, thanks for volunteering to do that because just the raising of the hand and saying, "Hey, I want to contribute," is a big first step, and a lot of people did. And then from that, it was getting voted by your peers to be on the council. So you made it through both steps, and now you're one of the council members. What are your thoughts so far, without getting into all the details, but what are your thoughts so far in the actual journey?
I think the good things are coming. Like,
Cool.
you can see that everyone is on the same page and willing to make changes. I think we just need to have a moment to sit and go, right, what we need to do is go to the affiliates, like you said, go talk to them saying, what can we actually do to make a bigger difference, to move the needle forward in the direction it needs to go. To be honest with you, you'll know yourself. There's so much noise out there, but then when you actually then ask them, saying, "What can we physically do to make a difference that will start to get us all in agreement that this is going to make the best move forward?" And then that's when it just goes quiet too quick. Like, no one's willing to want to step up. And I know it's gonna. Sometimes it might be a thankless task because everyone will just want to kind of just give you negativity. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm willing to accept that, but the things that we can do with the affiliate council is just making sure that this information is being relayed back to HQ and making sure that the tone is delivered properly and that everyone understands it's like, right, this is the why behind everything. Can we now make sure that the voices of the affiliates are heard properly, and then that information is then corresponded back to them? And like, that's what I'll do. We set up like a little forum to just ask them how they think the season's lined up. What do they think
Yep.
about it? What introductory pieces do you think are going to be good? What do you think's not going to work well? And we've got a list and we'll send them back. I'll individually contact each one of them just to show, going like, this isn't just a generic email. We're making sure that we're listening to you. We're
Yep.
going to make a difference. And I think that this is a good it's moving it in the right direction of what everyone's been asking for. And I think the council are all doing well, especially the divisional and working with the athletes. Uh, in your opinion, where do you truly think affiliates can start to move towards in the next 5 years in regards to the council? Where would you kind of want to see affiliates getting to in relations to like communicating with the council?
For the athlete council, the one that you're on, in terms of pretty much being focused on the season and focused on the competition, just expressing what is important to them throughout the entirety of the season, from the open to the games, and really, I think what matters to affiliates in between the game, because the games, like 0.001% of affiliates are going to the
Yeah,
games, but there's a big gap where there's a lot of other opportunities and a lot of other things for affiliates to play in, and really answering and letting us know how to structure it and how to do it to best support the affiliate owners and to best give them what their members are wanting. And
yeah,
getting at that point, getting to that place would be a big benefit. I would say this too, though, but it's interesting because you guys, by the nature of the committee, are kind of more focused on the games aspect. Also, incredibly and almost more important is the rest of the affiliate community in terms of
yeah,
non-games related. How can CrossFit be supporting affiliates? What should CrossFit be doing for them, just in terms of education, in terms of driving awareness of the brand to them, or driving awareness to larger society to make more people go into affiliates? Like, how can CrossFit? I think that's the competition side of it is one, but the bigger picture side of it is maybe more important. Just like, what should HQ be continuing to do for affiliates to strengthen the brand, to drive people to the gyms, to drive
mhm,
awareness, to support you guys in all of those ways. Let me ask you this before we
yeah,
go. A couple questions. Programming. What do
yeah.
you follow?
Well, I actually do get a lot of my inspiration off of old, like old school CrossFit,
Oh,
like
cool.
going back 2010. But still, we have a cap as one of our options that we use on our Boxmate. So Boxmate is obviously the platform where we do all of our like folk can go and input their data and everything. But it's just basically utilizing the knowledge that I gained from a level 2 and level 3 to try and work with the old school, do the 4 lines, 1 movement, 2 movement, gymnastics, weightlifting, doing the old school. It's fun. It just means that you're just trying to make sure that you're not being biased towards a certain system. But we
Yes.
do still make sure each month we've got like a test retest. We make sure
Yep.
that we'll come back, revisit them. Funnily enough, my daughter is actually called Riley, and I think it was today or yesterday it got posted on the Instagram page, and it was a 2,400-meter run, 150 burpee, and then another
Yeah.
buyout run.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's freezing here. I really don't want to do it, but
Yeah. Yeah. That was the main site workout a few days ago.
oh no. Checking, I lost him.
Sorry, I got kicked off. I'm
No,
glad,
that's okay. Don't worry.
I'm glad it
I know
was
these things happen.
deserved. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, yeah. So I missed doing that because I had a big day. So I scaled it back. And I injured my hamstring recently running. So I have to take it easy on the running right now.
Oh man, sorry.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, I stood on a rope at strength and depth because someone was doing double unders with those chunky elite ropes, threw it on the floor, and I stood on it. My ankle went, so
Phew.
I might have to substitute it for a bike.
I have a final question for you. What
Sure.
advice do you have for affiliates in general? If you were to give someone advice as an affiliate to start one or in general, existing one, new one, old one.
For an existing one is make sure that remember your why. Like you really do need to remember why you actually got into this game because sometimes it can be a lonely place if you're just like a solo affiliate owner. So that's why it's quite important to connect with other affiliate owners. Make sure that you're just not running it solo, and it can be quite refreshing to kind of get other different ideas. So there are many different platforms where people can connect. That's why the roundtables are phenomenal for that.
Right.
And I mean, to be honest with you, you need to back yourself a bit and pat yourselves on the back because the resources that are available in the actual affiliate portal is second to none. They're great. When you
Awesome.
actually take your time to sit and look at it, the data that's in there can actually help new affiliates have the infrastructure available for them to understand like booking systems, like getting the taxes in place, making sure that they can actually get social media content structured out. It just takes a bit of time just to kind of like sit and look at that. And that would be the first thing I would tell new affiliate owners is look at the resources that are available on the platform and not be afraid to actually ask the questions to other affiliate owners like what worked well or what things that they've done in the past might work well for one, might not work well for another. It's just you've got to have the willingness to try.
Awesome. This has been a wonderful time, Andrew. I appreciate the time. And I am glad that you're on the council, and I'll continue to engage with you on a regular basis through those pieces. So I will talk again with you soon. And thanks for everything.
You're very welcome. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks, you too.